Welcome to Psychological Explorations with Dr. Michael Axelman and Daniela. As we focus on The Game of Life by Florence Scovel Shinn. The great game of giving and receiving is how she refers to this game of life, with the key karmic phrase, "Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." We must train the imaging faculty, train to image only the good, which brings into his life health, wealth, love, friends, perfect self-expression. Training the imagining faculty. The three minds, the subconscious, felt deeply a power without direction. The conscious mind, the thinking and deliberating mind, and the superconscious, God mind within man. She brings us to this important point of priming the subconscious. I now smash and demolish by my spoken word every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, for they came from my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records within, records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. And we move now to the law of prosperity. God is man's supply, and that man can release through his spoken word all that belongs to him by divine right. He must, however, have perfect faith in his spoken word. You must act as if you had already received. Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. She reminds us of the power of the word. Through his spoken word, man is continually making laws for himself, creating limitations. Face the situation fearlessly, and there is no situation to face. It is safe to say that all sickness and unhappiness come from the violation of the law of love. Man's only enemies are within himself. Goodwill produces a great aura of protection about the one who sends it. And the law of non-resistance. The water way. Nothing can resist an absolutely non-resistant person. Resistance is hell, for it places man in a state of torment. Bless your enemy, and you rob him of his ammunition. Agree with your adversary quickly. This means agree that the adverse situation is good. Be undisturbed by it, and it falls away on its own weight. She brings up this wonderful, easy rhyming phrase to help us get into the right mindset related to the law of non-resistance. I have wonderful work in a wonderful way. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. And on to the law of karma and the law of forgiveness. The law of karma, whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Faith and action, and quoting Hebrews 11, Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And the law of forgiveness is the law which frees man from the law of cause and effect, the law of consequence, and as such under grace and not under law. Casting the burden and impressing the subconscious. The superconscious mind, or God within, is the department which fights man's battle and relieves him of his burdens. Man violates law if he carries a burden, and a burden is an adverse thought or condition, and this thought or condition has its roots in the subconscious. I cast this burden of resentment on the God within, and I go free to be loving, harmonious, and happy. Continuously making believe impresses the unconscious. If one makes believe he is rich and makes believe he's successful, in due time he will reap. One can only contract a germ while vibrating at the same rate as the germ. We ought to vibrate with love. Every man on this planet is taking his initiation in love. Uspensky states in Tertium Organum that love is a cosmic phenomenon and opens to man the fourth dimensional world, the world of the wondrous. Pure, unselfish love draws itself to its own. It does not seek or demand. Give perfect love, and you will receive perfect love. All disease, all unhappiness comes from the violation of the law of love. Man's boomerang of hate, resentment, and criticism come back laden with sickness and sorrow. Intuition or guidance. Speak the word and then do not do anything until you get a definite lead. Demand the lead, saying, Infinite Spirit, reveal to me the way. Let me know if there's anything for me to do. The answer will come through intuition or a hunch, a chance remark from someone, or a passage in a book, etc., etc. Intuition is a spiritual faculty and does not explain, but simply points the way. Intuition means to be taught from within. Aligning with perfect self-expression through one's divine plan. Infinite Spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released. Let me see clearly the perfect plan. Perfect self-expression will never be a labor, but of such absorbing interest that it will seem almost like play. Anger blurs the visions, poisons the blood, is the root of many diseases, and causes wrong decision, leading to failure. He gives thanks he has already received on the invisible and makes active preparation for receiving on the visible. Active preparations. And in closing, some denials and affirmations that you may find useful. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my right home, my right friend, my right position. I give thanks it now manifests under grace in a perfect way. God is my unfailing supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly, under grace and in a perfect ways. Divine love now dissolves and dissipates every wrong condition in my mind, body, and affairs. Divine love is the most powerful substance in the universe and dissolves everything which is not of itself. Divine love floods my consciousness with health, and every cell in my body is filled with light. Thank you for joining us. I look forward to connecting in future podcasts.